I call to order the April 4th, 2017 meeting of the Arvada Planning Commission. Ms. Brown, would you please call the roll?
Certainly. Brandy Caswell.
Present.
T.O. Owen.
Here.
John Kraus.
Here.
Patricia Connell.
Here.
Steve Hannon.
Here. I move to excuse Mr. Goff from the meeting. If commissioners could please cast a vote. Oh. One more time. Patricia, one more time. Thank you. The votes are 5 in favor. Mr. Goff is excused from tonight's meeting. The minutes of the March 21st, 2017 meeting have been submitted for approval. Are there any additions or corrections to the meeting minutes? Seeing none, the meeting minutes stand approved as printed. There are no general business items to discuss this evening, and there are no report items to discuss this evening. So if you would all please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We'll move on to petitions and communications. This is a time when anyone may address the Commission regarding items that are not listed as public hearings on tonight's agenda. The public hearings scheduled on tonight's agenda are Candelas Parkway Tract M Street Right-of-Way Vacation. Additionally, we ask that you hold comments you may have regarding any application that has been filed with the city or is likely to be filed with the city until the public hearing on those items, where we will welcome your comments. Is there anyone in the audience who wishes to address the Commission regarding anything else? Seeing none, we'll move on to public hearings. At this time, I'd like to explain the procedure for public hearings. The applicant will be given the opportunity to make a presentation. After the presentation, I will ask those in favor of the applicant to speak, then those in opposition to speak. The applicant will then be given an opportunity for rebuttal. After all the testimony has been heard, the public input portion of the hearing will be closed, and questions will be taken from the Planning Commission. I would now like to swear in anyone who wishes to speak in any public hearing matter before this Commission this evening. Please rise, raise your right hand, and I will swear you all in now. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you are about to give in matters before this Commission is the truth and nothing but the truth? If so, please answer, I do. Thank you. You can be seated. The public hearing on tonight's agenda is Candelas Parkway, Tract M, Street Right-of-Way Vacation. Staff, are there any posting or notification requirements?
Yes, Mr. Chair, the applicant was required to post signs on the property, send written letters, and also in the newspaper. And they have submitted the affidavit mailing and the posting logs, and they're both in order.
Thank you. Are there any additions or corrections to the staff report?
No.
Wonderful. Then the staff report, posting log, and affidavit of mailing are made a permanent part of the record. Do you have a presentation that you'd like to make?
Yes, Chair. Basically, the request is to vacate a portion of the Candelas Parkway right-of-way described as Track M, and it was intended to provide an access drive for future developments to the north constructed by the Jefferson Center Metro District. With the development of the 22-acre commercial parcel, retail parcel, which is the King Supers to the north, the development plan, the access drive was shifted further west. Thus, the existing driveway, which we're vacating tonight, requesting for the vacation.
Okay, thank you. Is there a representative of the applicant present? Would you please step to the podium, state your name, spell it please, and provide your address for the record?
Good evening, Chair, Commissioners, staff. My name is Mike Williams. That's M-I-K-E W-I-L-L-I-A-M-S. and I represent the applicant Galloway and Company. And that's 6120 South Willow Drive, Suite 320, Greenwood Village, Colorado. So good evening. Thanks for giving us the opportunity to present here this evening. It is a fairly straightforward request. It is a street vacation for the access. Basically, we're just moving it to the west in order to provide an access into the overall commercial development, the King Soopers development. I do just want to kind of highlight the rationale which justifies this proposal. Vacation is necessary since the 22-acre parcel requires a new location for its access drive located west of the existing drive. And I am just reading some of the items from the staff report that I feel are the most important. A reconfiguration of the intersection allows a portion of the street right-of-way to be vacated. The vacation will not create any landlocked properties. A new access drive provides an access to the 22-acre commercial retail development off of Candelas Parkway, and public services, including utilities, will not be impacted by the vacation. A blanket easement will be dedicated to the city for dry utilities, water utility, and pedestrian access with the approval of this vacation. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll now open the hearing for comments from the public. First, those that are in favor of the application. Seeing none, is there anyone that wishes to speak in opposition to the application? Again, seeing none, I don't think we need a rebuttal. So at this point, I'll close the public input portion of the hearing and open the hearing for discussion, questions, or comments from the Planning Commission. Seeing none, is there a motion? Mr. Owens.
I move that VAC 2017-001 Candelas Parkway Track M Street right-of-way vacation located at Candelas Parkway and Indiana Street be recommended to City Council for approval. The motion is based on findings of fact and approval criteria on page 5 of the staff report. That's it.
Okay. Is there any discussion of the motion? Seeing none, commissioners, please cast your votes. The motion carries 5 votes to none. Please be sure to speak with staff as to when this item will be going before City Council. Thank you for your participation. Staff, do we have any other items to consider this evening?
Just an update on your next meeting, which will be April 18th. We have 3 items on there. The first is the Old Town Commons Townhomes, and that is a case that you will need to vacate as we are rescheduling the Planning Commission hearing for that one. There's an easement vacation at 5325 Xenon Street, and a conditional use permit for Little Seeds Academy, which is at 5939 West 64th.
Do we need to schedule elections of officers, as the 18th will be my last meeting, I believe?
I was going to ask Randall, the next scheduled meeting after the 18th is May 2nd, which is a workshop with the new commissioners and the current commissioners. And that's a workshop. And then the meeting following that is May 16th. And that's we'll have a public hearing then. And so I was going to ask Randall when we should schedule elections.
Well, I think the bylaws suggest a certain date in June, if I'm not mistaken, so we'll want to suspend the bylaws in order to, under the circumstances, to have an election early. Seems to me we could, in that case, and having suspended the bylaws, we can do it on, either of those dates, those business agendas that Joni has mentioned. It'd be up to you guys as to which might be most appropriate.
Yeah, it would seem to me to be more appropriate once the new members are on board. So I'll leave that to you guys.
Okay.
But I just wanted to note it.
Thank you.
Well, if there are no other items.
May I ask, are you at liberty, Mr. Sampson, to talk about whether the replacements have already been selected and found so that we know that we have a full, that we'll have a quorum?
Yes, they have, right?
Yes,
we've
they were
got,
officially
yeah.
appointed last night.
Okay. So Mr. Sullivan's replacement as well as mine and Mr. Kraus?
Did we get all three?
3 new members.
Okay, very good.
Well, if there are no other items, then we are adjourned.
Oh.